Thokozani bogogo nomkhulisakala sendoda lesugogo Bathini Mbatha. Uma vula kuvala emzini nami yamadoda, u-Aunty Usha, u-locksmith, i-technician yedlozi, i-engineer yomsamo. Ngani zakwethu namhlanje sikhuluma ngama-spiritual relationships. You often hear emasontweni bakhuluma about spiritual husband, spiritual wife, but there's very few churches that will talk about spiritual friends and spiritual habits. So namhlanje sizokhuluma ngama spirits ayi-4, which is spiritual husband, spiritual wife, spiritual friend, and spiritual habits. Spiritual habits and spiritual friends, they are related. Those two pillars are very related. So if we were to put two pillars, like two pillars at the top and two pillars at the bottom, the friend one and the other one is they're going to be both at the bottom. We start with Ilokuzana, with unpacking the word spiritual partner, spiritual relationship. Let's simplify it, maybe in one word, so that we are on the same page. Isilwane. Isilwane. Whether you call it in English, you think it sounds better, or it sounds unique when you call it in English. No, I was in church. They said I have a spiritual husband. This spiritual husband sleeps with me. This spiritual husband doesn't want my partner to come near me and everything. Isilwane. But let's also talk about fake spiritual husband. Fake spiritual husband, it's when abanyabo pastor, if they have an interest in you as a woman, they have an interest in you, then they will tell you Oguti, they will tell you as a prophecy Oguti, you have a spiritual husband. And then when you have a spiritual husband, because of umuntu wesifazane kufanele uthandazelwe, kufanele attend ama-cells nomfundisi, kufanele kube nento ezinjalo, and then you know guys what happens beyond that. But you must check it. If they say a man has a spiritual wife, it means there's somebody abamfunela yena esontweni. Most of the time, if the man kuthiwa une spiritual wife, that man doesn't attend that church. I'm sorry to speak the truth. I know I'm getting so much attacks on YouTube, people sending me threatening messages, people are doing all of that. But if I die, I'll die for truth. Yes, I've said it. When the husband is the one that have a spiritual wife, that prophecy will come with the wife. Esontweni but you have got a spiritual wife, dasangasalali nami, dasangasenzini, dasangenzini. So what happened then? They know ukuthi the husband aga attend esonto. That's why they said, look, lapho sebefuna ukumrecruiter ukuthi abe part of the congregation. And then they say, but bemthandazeni, because these spiritual husbands and spiritual wife, why kuba uyena umuntu umfundisi okutshenayo ukuthi yeah, that spiritual partner is no more. That's why I'm saying Isilwane lesi. Simple. And how do you tell ukuthi Isilwane asekho? Ukuthi wena ozosho ukuthi I ever since ngagezwa, ever since ngalahla isilwane, ngagcatshwa, ngaqiniswa, mhlambe ngathola incweba, things have changed. You know, now I'm in a relationship, has been 3 months. Normally my relationships will take about 2 months. You know, things are now starting to happening, especially in terms of at home or within my relationships. Then we've got spiritual friends. Spiritual friends are friends that you get so obsessed about them. Hey wena, ipartner yakho manje ngakhuluma ngaye uyaqhaqhazela ngendlela obsessed ngayo. Uba so defensive and you don't have grounds to be defensive. Because sometimes uthi umngane wenza iphutha ukubuyisa late, ukwenzisa amaphutha, uyakudakisa izinto efana nalezo. That's what we call a spiritual friend. Naso Isilwane, because yes, it does happen ukuthi abangane badlisana. So issue leyo again, it's a spiritual friendship. It's a spiritual friend. But emasontweni abakhulumi ngalezo isikhathi esiningi. They will give another a woman a prophecy ukuthi your boyfriend has a spiritual partner. So your boyfriend needs to be prayed over, and it's going to take about 6 weeks. So you going to church, you know that, okay, they know what you're going to come here for 6 weeks, and probably you'll enjoy and stay there forever. Why? Because they're convinced the female part of things. Because if you can calculate ukuthi bangaki abazalwane that we have in terms of in agenda, it's women. Because they are easily influenced. Sometimes by good things, which is bravo. Sometimes by wrong things, which is it's a shame. So we need to get ourselves in a position to say, if I need help, do I need help that makes sense to the person that gives me help? Or do I need help from a person, but I need to feel comfortable to say, yeah, I feel at home here. It makes sense to me because I'm the one who's looking for help. You as a healer, you as a prophet, you are telling me about things that I don't know. So I don't know those things. Thank you for telling me. But they should make sense. They should make an equation to sound. I should be able to paint a picture of understanding what were you talking about. But we find ourselves being told about this spiritual husband, spiritual society, spiritual what, instead of being told ukuthi kunesimo sesilwane uloyiwe. In wrapping up all these spiritual relationships, Gogo, do I need a prayer for it? If Isilwane ngempela, no, the prayer is not going to help you. No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the prayer is not going to help you. You need umuthi. You need umuthi because of finally kube nele process yokulahlwa, kube ne process futhi yokwenziwani yokuthi bekwazi ukuthi beqinise so that lesi silwane singabuyeli kuwena. Whether you are male or you are female, you need to ugezwa, ukulahlwa, uqiniswa, nokuvikeleka njena beyond uqiniswa, meaning makuthiwa beyond uqiniswa sichaza ukuthi mhlawumbe kuthola lo ncwebanyana uzoyifaka lana and everything, especially mayolala. That what needs to be done, not a prayer. Because if you can check how are the churches operate this up, a church. Some churches have become isigodlo esicivilized. Other churches is godlo basically, but it's a 5-star godlo. Meaning the services that we provide are exactly the same. The only difference ukuthi isonto you go there once a week. In us you can come any day if we are available. That's the only difference. So you must ask yourself then, in terms of where do you think you'll get help? You get help whereby you are being told indaba zakho phambi kwabantu and everything, and people say glory to Jesus and everything. When you get home, you are back in the same problems. Or you go to a traditional healer that will talk to you emfihlakalweni, just the two of you. You say your problems and everything, okay, Gogo or Mkulu, this is the help that you need. Go get this help. So you need to ask yourself, where do you see yourself? There's a lady who came here. She was seen in church being prayed over on the national TV and everything. Guess what? She was sabotaged. She can't get a job. People keep on saying, look, she's crazy. And she's not crazy. She needed help. But that video made her to be a laughing stock to the to other guys whom they were, trying to get the same job together and everything. He was a laughing stock. Why? Because of it's not a service that was supposed to be provided by pastors. Let's be honest. It's not. If pastors wants to prophesy, a pastor must tell you, Oguti, I have a vision. about you. See me in my office after work. Let's meet after work. Let's meet after work. Let's meet after work. Then the pastor must be able to tell you on one-on-one. But we have pastors that they use that as a marketing mechanism to expose people's lives. We've seen guys in TV. Sometimes, you'll get there, they'll ask you questions. What's your name? What's your surname? Where do you work? And everything. That reaches. That pastor will go on Google and research about you. Then they'll find out in terms of you worked in this place, you did this, you did this, you did that. When a pastor gets into church, they say exactly the same thing that is on Google. And they call it a prophecy. Sometimes we're being asked questions indirectly, so being hypnotized outside before you get into church. That person is recording, the pastor is listening, and then you get a prophecy. Then you become very happy. Wow, and everything. Why are you happy? What about these that are stopping your life? What about them? Gogo Bathini Mbatha, salukwazi sendoda umavula kuvala emzini noma emadoda. Guys, I'm so excited. We officially starting the African Clinic in May. Please, guys, all those diseases that are disturbing you, STIs, abnormal headache, gums because of the ancestral calling that you have. Maybe you're not ready to accept it. You've got problem with your eyes because of ancestral and everything. You've got problem with your ears are bleeding. You go on periods abnormally, so you don't get kids, things like that. Remember, we're dealing with issues whereby a doctor said, we don't know what's wrong with you. That's where we step in. I'm not a medical doctor. Let's get that clear. We're dealing with things. We don't do operations and everything. We're just using pure muti that will help you on your problems, whether you're sick or you know somebody who's sick, you have a child that your child is not developing the way they're supposed to develop, and the doctor said this child was supposed to be walking by now and everything. We can help you. African Clinic is at number 17 Union Street, Mpangeni. The booking, you can start making your bookings now, actually, on 035 799 5703. 035 799 5703. You can start doing your bookings for May. Remember, African Clinic only works from 7 until 11 in the morning, Monday to Saturday. From there, I have to move to home so that I can continue with the consultations. So please stay blessed, stay safe from this upcoming third wave of COVID-19, and make sure that you don't get scammed by people who are calling themselves Gogo Bathini Mbatha. I went on Facebook and I've typed Gogo Bathini Mbatha. It showed me, because I went on my Facebook on my tablet, and then my original account was on top, and I think there were about 20 of other Gogo Bathini Mbatha and everything. They've seen an opportunity, guys. Now you just pay. You don't know the person, you just send money, and that's why they're doing that. I've tried to complain at Vodacom, nothing happened. I went to MTN, I went to Facebook, nothing is happening. But the route now that I'm taking, I'm very excited about it in terms of making sure I get the culprits and expose them as much as I can. Gogo Bathini Mbatha. For booking 035 799 5703. 035 799 5703. Guys, that's the only booking number. There's no other booking number. You don't have to pay a cent to book. It's free to book. Consultation fee is 200 Rand that you paid when you come at home. That's it. Don't forget candles and the box of match, yellow and blue. Tozan.